The Champions League every year is always a massive bonus. It's an unbelievable competition to be involved in, and to be in a stage like this is, a really special, a special thing. And we just need to, stay focused and try and enjoy it as much as we can.
Who's next, please? Thank you.
Hi, Raheem. Steve Scott from ITV News. Again, this weekend we've seen incidents of and events of racist abuse, this time in England. You've become something of a figurehead for this. What difference do you think you can make? And do you mind the fact that people are now looking up to you to show a lead in this area?
I don't really think I can make a difference. This is something that's been happening before I was born. This is something that's been happening before my parents were born. So, I can only speak up of events that happens to me and people around me. And that's as much as I could do, is raise awareness. I'm not trying to be someone that tries to lead or something like that. I can just raise awareness, and it's for people in the higher places to do their job.
And what is that job for people in the high places? What should they be doing?
Bring education to the light. And I don't know. They have to have sit-downs and talk and see what they can do and see what the players feel and to actually get their interest and see how they can move forward.
Raheem, John Cross from the Mirror. I wonder what you made of Danny Rose's comments last week. Do you empathise with those, sympathise with those? Obviously, he's an England teammate. Do you admire what he said, but also at the same time, I guess, his words that he could retire, he can't wait to retire, has got to be quite hurtful in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I've heard, I don't want to go into too much detail, but stories of his past and in youth teams and stuff like that. So I think it's something that he's come across quite a number of times, and it probably is getting much for him. But I respect his comments, and it's a shame to hear that, really. And for someone like him, not everyone's the same. Not everyone could take it the same way, and to hear that is not really a nice thing to hear.
Have you been in touch with him since to that, or will you maybe have a word with him tomorrow night?
No, I haven't had a conversation with him since he said that, but, with the national team and what happened with us, we spoke and we both gave our points and to each other as a team as well, so, yeah.
I just wonder what sort of pride you do feel. It does feel as if you in particular, are making a difference. That your voice is being heard. I wonder what sort of pride that gives you, because you're sort of transcending football right now.
No, I don't think. As I said, I don't think trying to make a difference or making a difference. As I said, it's about speaking what you've experienced, and some people probably shied away from that. But I'm a person, when I do feel that something's not quite right, I want to speak about it. I want people to see it from my perspective, and I think that's the best way forward. If more players do speak up, then the better it will be. But as I said again, I'm not trying, and never will say I'm a leading role for that.
Yeah.
Hi, Raheem, Neil Ashton from The Sun. You speak so well on the subject. Have you ever stopped to consider why people abuse black footballers from the terraces? And would you like one day to get in front of those people to ask them why they do?
I don't know. To be honest with you, as I said to you, a lot of people take it really offensive, and it is offensive. But growing up, my mom's always told me I'm, a wonderful black child, and I know this. So it's when I hear it, it's nothing new to me. It's like I know I'm black, and I'm happy with it. I'm proud. I'm confident with my body. At the same time, it's not right. But if you do let it get to you a bit too much, some people can't take it. But as I said, growing up, my mum's always told me to love myself and who I am.
Did you experience it growing up?
To be fair, in London it wasn't, not at all. It's mainly when I went up north to Liverpool. That's the first time I encountered racism in London, in the schools, and on a day-to-day basis you're around a really diverse community. So pretty much only a few occasions growing up in, the academy at Liverpool, and then mainly so in the last couple of years of being a professional.
We're always learning, Raheem, as you would like to know. What do you consider to be a racist
A racist insult, I think. In the way you use the language, the tone, I can't, off the top of my head now, say exactly what it is, but it's just the aggression and, you know, the passion that people use behind the words that they're using and trying to make it really, you know, hurt someone and affect someone. I think that's when it's definitely becoming a racist mark.
Just a minute, please.
Hi, Raheem. Paul Gilmore from Sky Sports. What did you learn about the Nucci comments in relation to maybe attitudes on this subject?
You know, from hearing what he said in the interview, probably could have got taken in the wrong context. And he did say it wasn't meant like that. Can understand what he's saying in terms of the players going to the fan, but at the same time, there's no with saying 50-50, I don't think at that time I agreed with what he said, because there's no reason for anyone to be racially abused, no matter if they score and, you know, put their hands in front of fans. I don't think that's an excuse, you know. At the same time, he's said that it was taken out of context, and you've got to accept that. But, not much to say on that, to be honest.
Okay, guys, we've got Raheem with us for a couple more questions. We'll take some football questions now.
Just a quick one on your form, Raheem. You're being talked about as a potential player of the season. I just wondered what you make of that and what are the reasons behind having such an impressive season on the pitch.
To be in such an amazing team with a great coach, in an environment where I'm constantly learning, and just being able to, you know, have someone that trusts you and gives you that encouragement to always want to do better and never ever making you stay still and always keeping you on your toes. I think that there's no better place to be than that is to have a manager like Pep, you know, that always has you on your toes and you're never comfortable.
Raheem, I just wondered what you made of the new stadium and whether that will have an impact on the game at all tomorrow night.
It's a massive, it's a lovely stadium, to be honest with you. Walked in and, you know, I was quite pleased to actually finally see it. I've heard a lot of talks about it, and it's really good to see it in the flesh now, and hopefully we can have a good one here tomorrow night.
Last couple for Raheem, please. Matt, did you have one? Did you have one? Alison?
Well, Alison read the Times. One important question, and it is a football question because it is dominating football. Is it correct, do you think, Raheem, for a manager to lead his players off the pitch, or for a player to decide this is the time I want to leave the pitch if he hears racist abuse from the stands?
I think everyone's entitled to their own opinions. As I said to you in previous comments, my mum has taught me how to love myself and how to love my skin colour and how to be comfortable with my skin colour. I wouldn't personally agree with it, because I think at the end of the day, to try and go out and win the game, if it's going on at the moment, I think that will hurt them even more. They're only trying to get you down, you know, and if you do walk off the pitch as a group, that kind of makes them win. So, you know, to either score a goal or to win the match, I think that's even a better feeling. That beats them.
Would you support a teammate who didn't take your point of view, though, and was so hurt and felt they couldn't carry on, they had to leave the pitch?
Yeah, that's what I said. Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own different opinion, how they take things emotionally. And I said, yeah, you have to support everyone, really.
Okay, thanks, Raheem.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay, guys, again, if I could see a show of hands, and if you could give me your name and organisation for your question. Down at the front.
Hi, Pep. John Cross from the Mirror. I just wonder. We've all sort of sat and admired Man City in the way you've played and won games this season. You seem to have won games early in recent games, and then I wouldn't say eased off, but won them quite comfortably. Is there a feeling of sort of tiredness or wanting to get the game done, or is it more playing within yourselves? How fresh do you feel ahead of tomorrow night's game and this huge opportunity for Man City?
Well, I don't know how fresh we are. I never know before the game how fresh will be our legs, especially our minds, when the minds control our legs. But I'm not completely agree about Our performance was not acceptable, especially in the Cardiff game when we had 2-0, okay, but we have 26 shoots, 12 on target, and the keeper was incredible. In that turn semi-finals, the FA Cup, we could be better. We had a little problems on our build-up, but that's happened. So, but it's not a competition. We know how tough it is. So, all the teams, 8 teams, are in the competition, are contenders to win this prize, this Champions League. First leg, tough opponent. We know each other quite well, and we're going to make a good game.
It's David Heitner from The Guardian. You've probably seen Kevin De Bruyne's comments about Spurs' new stadium, saying he doesn't really think it's going to be a factor tomorrow night. Do you agree with that, or do you think that atmosphere and acoustics can actually make a difference?
Well, it affects if we think about the spectators. If we think about what you have to do on the pitch, it doesn't affect. So, if you are thinking what is going to happen outside the pitch, okay, the stadium is what it is. And of course, in the Champions League, all the games away, the supporters support the team more than ever. It's the second time that Spurs play at home. So we know exactly what we are going to face. It's in our hands how we have to handle it. So if we want to make a step forward as a club, as a team, we have to know to handle these situations. If don't, it's because we are not still prepared to go through.
Jonathan Smith from ESPN. You've obviously reached this stage because of the way you attack games, the way you play. Obviously, the stakes are higher when you're in a competition, in a cup competition. Is your message to your players the same, to go out attacking as normal?
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing changes?
No.
Stuart.
Hello, Pep. Stuart Brenner, Manchester Evening News. Can you give us an update on Sergio Aguero, first of all?
I feel better. Just trained with the team the first time, and he feels better.
And secondly, given what happened last season against Liverpool, they came out and started the game extremely well. Pochettino said today that he wants to start the game very aggressively. Is that something that's important to you? You've scored early goals recently. How important is an early start when you're in a two-legged game?
Yeah, I would like to score 3 goals in 10 minutes. Yeah, definitely. I would like to. I will give my message to the players in that way. Always we play against Tottenham, especially away. Always we play against them. Always they play in that way. And I can imagine new stadium with new spectators. I cannot expect differently. So how you handle that? If they do it, we have to try to do it more. But I know it. So maybe they are going to plan a game 1-against-1 in a high pressing, so aggressive. We have to prepare. We'll prepare for that.
Just lastly, you stayed down here in London. Has it been a case of keeping the players focused, or is it a case of having to distract them because they're not at home and they're all sitting in a hotel?
Well, being in the position that we are so far, it cannot be possible. We were distracted during the season. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but what this team, this kind of players show is they are incredible focus every 3 days. That's why we are where we are. But the reason why we stay here is just for the avoid. After the game, 1 hour and a half to the airport, and after land to the airport, 1 hour to our homes, come back the day after. Today, wake up earlier, training field, we have to be to the airport 1 hour more to the hotel, 1 hour more to the stadium. And we spend 2 days just in the bus, in the plane, and I want to avoid that. And that's why we stay here in London. Yesterday, the people go out and lunch together, and that's all. And of course, being together, have more time to speak each other, to make some meetings and prepare the game.
Just on the front, please, Neil.
Pep,
Harry, just on the front, please. Come to you in a sec.
No, ladies first. Come on. Yeah.
Pep, you played your first game at White Hart Lane in 2016. You'd won 6 matches on the spin, a perfect record in the Premier League until Mauricio beat you 2-0. He's got most of his players still in his squad, just one player that wouldn't be in that starting lineup, Kyle Walker. How much has your team developed over that time, and how impressed you with Tottenham's development with so little change in their squad?
It's a long time ago. So I don't forget when I win last time or win last time to prepare the next one. I'm not to think about it. Just remember that game. We were there unbeatable, and when we lost there, I said to my staff, so now I understand how tough is the Premier League and how will it be difficult to qualify. In that period, we were leading the Premier League, and the people say we're going to win the Premier League, and I said how difficult it will be to qualify for the qualification for the Champions League, and that was the truth. Of course, third season together, we were a better team than we were in that time. I think Spurs as well. So, but it's a long time ago. I'm not a guy who thinks too much about the memories about what happened in the past.
This is a very special moment. It's a Champions League semi-final, the pinnacle of the
Quarterfinal.
Sorry. Quarterfinal, sorry. And you've got Raheem Sterling there talking about racism, and you looked quite exasperated. Are you worried for all the attention on him, because he's handling the role so very well, but that's a lot of attention focusing away from the game?
No, I don't. I think he can handle it. He handled it well. I think it unfortunately is what it is, a problem, not the football, not about one specific area or issues, a society problem, for sure. I never understood why, because Raheem, all the black guys didn't choose the color of their skin. So nobody chose, not even myself, the color of my skin, why I'm different or they are different of us, the personality or behaves or who we are, or how develop as a human being will make us different. So it's always strange, difficult to understand. To 21st century still we are debating these kind of situations. So what I can say is insist, and what they do or Daniel Rose have done, that is well done. So we have to fight every single day to eradicate it and to make a better society. So not just for the color of my skin I feel better, or I feel worse than the other one. So I try to be correct, or we try to be correct, and of course making a lot of mistakes, but not because the reason why the color of my skin. When again, I never choose. My dad and my mom was black or was white, is black or white, and I was born, or we were born, for dad and mom. So it's absolutely ridiculous, really, to still right now to talk about that, to think about that, but that it's happened. Only we can do is every single day fight and fight and fight to eradicate it, to create a better society.
Pep, Neil Ashton from The Sun. For successful teams at this stage of the season, what are the most important qualities and characteristics to see the job through?
As a team, I would say the quality of the club, the organization, and the second one, the quality of the players. So you cannot do, not just this season, the last 2 seasons, do what you have done without the quality, specifically as a human beings and professionals and the football players. But especially our consistency, then everybody push each other. I'm not the only guy who push to the players push myself, and my staff push myself, I push them, to every 3 days to try again. That is, we are in these stages at almost the end of the season, in the winter of the season, to be, being there. But now we know exactly what we are playing for. So during the season, the people, or the games accept what defeats or accept bad moments in that stage of the season is not allowed.
Can I also ask, we talk relentlessly about the quadruple. On the continent, the Super Cup is important, in Germany, in Italy. Why is it overlooked? Why is that trophy at the start of this season? Why is it always overlooked?
Which
Community Shield.
Yeah, it was nice. But nobody counted.
Yeah, why?
That is the question. No, that is a question I would like to have an answer. So the people say we won 1 title, so in the Community Shield, well, maybe count for the last season. But last season when we went to holidays, it was not in our pocket with no real play. So of course in Spain, in Germany, when I've been. So the Super Cup is an important trophy. But always we had the feeling we won 2 titles this season so far, and you have 3 to play. So that is what we believe. But the people start to all the time say, just one title. Well, it's okay, next season. If we are able to beat Liverpool, we win the Premier League, next season we are not going to play the Community Shield. Because why? It doesn't count. So we'll be longer holidays in summertime, and we'll be fresh for the Premier League and the Champions League.
What is the difference? Why is it?
No, I don't know. Really, I don't know. We were happy to beat them, of course, and we know we won that title, the Community Shield, like it's a Super Cup in the rest of the Europe, in the world. So, but it's where it is. So I don't know. You work in the prestigious newspaper like a Sun, so you can answer the question. So I cannot. Thank you so much.
Okay, last few guys, because we have TV. So Jack in the front and then in here.
Jack Pitbrook from The Independent. Pep, this time, at this stage last season, the game at Anfield went really badly for you guys. Do you still think about that a lot, and how can you avoid a repeat tomorrow?
I don't know, it's the same answer I said your colleague. So first, there was not badly. So we lost 3-0. It's badly result, but the way we played was not. Second half was so cool, the way we played. And it was again, many things happened. The same right away, the second leg. So, but we know that the first 3 shoots on target, they score 3 goals. So that competition is in that way because the opponents are incredible quality. If tomorrow Eriksen, Song, Dele Alli, Kane, we leave them there, they can score a goal in 3 shoots three times. So the level in this competition is higher. It's why it's different. The Premier League is the quality. Football is quality, and when you play, you face all the teams in Europe. They are incredible talent players there, and when you concede them something, they don't miss it. And that's happened last season. Liverpool, they show it there, and they show it this season in the Premier League. So, and the Champions League as well, in the tough group they had with PSG and Napoli, they go through. So that is the quality. So, but I don't forget, it happened last season, it happened this season. Maybe yes or maybe not. So it's completely different quality players, different style to play. You have to adapt and understand what you have to do.
Matt Barlow from the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
Are Tottenham still the Harry Kane team?
No, I cannot say that. Mauricio will be angry again with me. So, and I don't want it.
But are they? Is there more to them now? Is Kane still the main threat?
Guys, I don't want to insist at that. I think my colleague misunderstood me completely in that period. So it was to express opinion about Tottenham in that period. Harry Kane scored, 8 goals in the last 3 or 4 or 5 games in that period. And that's why I said, like I could say the Danny Levy team, organization, or Mauricio Pochettino team. So I know, guys, that Tottenham Hotspur is not just Harry Kane. Not just now, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and a long time ago. So the club is strong, and there are a lot of potential things, how they good in the movement running behind, how strong they are physicality in all departments, in the build-up, in the set pieces, in the switch of plays, in the play in the middle, play outside. It's an incredible team. I said, I don't know, maybe 1,000 times since I came here in England about them. But of course, Harry Kane, who can deny that? He's the number 9 from international English team. He's an incredible striker. Everybody knows it. And I know he has everything right, left, movements, keep the ball, set the ball, intelligent. When he drop in the box, he's a clinical. He does everything like a modern striker. He is. But of course, it's not just Harry Kane, Tottenham. We know and we knew it. Even the people didn't believe me.
Just behind you, please, Matt. Last question. Yeah, can you pass it back?
Hi Pep, Don Farrell from Perform. Can I just ask about your fullbacks? Kyle Walker came off with a back injury at the weekend. How's he? And if Benjamin Mendy is fit to play again after playing the weekend, what sort of an extra dimension can he give to you in these big matches?
Well, now we're going to training. Yesterday we didn't training. They make recovery in the tibal massage. I think Kyle feels a little bit better. We'll see now. And Benjamin recovered quite well. So I think, but the doctor didn't send me the opposite. I think they will be, possible contender for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, guys.